Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. So this is our first conversation. So let me introduce myself.
Yes, please go ahead.
I am Prince Mishra and I am from Jharkhand.
Okay.
I am a teacher. I teach students up to class 10. And if you talk or ask about my hobbies, in free time I like to do cycling, swimming, running. These are my hobbies. And I also like to talk with a stranger. And right now I am talking with you. And this is one of my hobbies. So please tell me something about yourself. Please, sir.
Okay. My name is Asif Ali and I'm also an English teacher by profession. I'm from Maharashtra state. These days I'm running a website called Read Fluency where I'm providing students with our cool, calm and patient tutors one-on-one video calling. So this is my brief introduction.
Yeah, I have already known about your website, Reach Fluency.
Yes.
Right. So
Okay.
we have already decided to talk on the topic importance of English, right? So I want to ask you what is the importance of English language, and I also want to ask that you start the topic.
Okay. As you know, there are thousands of languages spoken all around the world, but English is considered one of the most important languages because it's the language of a business, it's a language of science, it's a language of global communication, etc. That's why these days a lot of importance and value is being given to this language.
Yeah, yeah, you are. So I also want to give my point
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this topic.
Please go ahead.
Importance. Yeah, yeah. So as we know that English is global language, and this modern era, each and every student should learn English because in any job interview there is a demand of English language. Most of the job interviews are conducted in English language. And if any person or if any students know English language, there is a probability that he will get a good job. And English has also the power to connect the people from different countries. Just suppose if I want to talk with any person who is from China, so for that Chinese person, English is not their mother tongue or first language. And for me also, English is not my mother tongue. So if I want to talk with her, if I want to express my feelings with her or him, how can I express? I can use English as an optional language or second language. Right. So in the world, most of the people know English as their second language. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to ask some questions related to English language. So most of the people think that grammar is very important to learn this language. They spend years and years on studying grammar, and they are not focusing on other aspects like listening, reading, writing. What are your points on this question or this topic?
Okay. If you are at a beginning level, you must go through the grammar topics first. Because if your basics aren't clear related to the English language, you can't speak it. This is the first point. Second point is, once you have learned the basics of the English language, then you must start speaking it. Because if you don't speak in your day-to-day life, you can't improve your spoken English. So speaking is a must. Third of all,
Yeah.
if you wanna beautify your language more and more, you must start writing skills as well, because writing makes us makes us proficient in this language as well. So this is my
Yeah.
view regarding grammar.
Yeah, so there are two type of speakers, a non-native speaker and a native speaker. So I want to ask you, what is the best way to, if any non-native speaker can follow that way or that strategy, so that can he learn English in easy way? Because if anyone asks from me, what is the best way to learn English language, then I suggest them to firstly complete the basic grammar. Then after, focus on four skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. And at last, they have to do lots of practice. They have to talk with strangers and their friends, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask the same question from you. What is the best way to learn a spoken English? Because there are different types of person, right? There are different strategies to learn a spoken English. For me, there is different type of strategy. For you, there is a different type of strategy. So, can you say what is your strategy or how did you learn English language?
Okay, since I'm an Indian, there is no English environment in my surroundings. No one speaks
Yeah.
English in my family and among my friends. So
Mm.
I did learn English approximately 10 years ago, but there was no one with me to talk in English. So I started watching some conversational videos, speeches, interviews on YouTube, and I got an idea how to express my feelings, emotions, and how to give information about a particular topic to someone. So I did these things tremendously in my life, but I didn't interact with anyone. So an idea came to my mind that I should start interacting with the people online because of coronavirus pandemic. I had a lot of time, so I started interacting with the people from across the countries, and then I also interacted with the native speakers from different countries as well, from the UK, from the US, from South Africa, etc. In this way, I have gathered a lot of courage. It means I can speak in front of anyone. There is no problem at all. So coming to your
Yeah.
question, learning grammar for years and years is not going to make you proficient and fluent speaker in English. You need to interact with the people, okay? And that's why I have created my own website where there are so many qualified tutors who will have interaction with the students, and they will converse with students and provide the English environment to them. In this way, many students are improving and will improve in future as well.
Yes, you are doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
I saw your video, the way you talk with beginners or any advanced level students. I think that you are a kind-hearted and a patient teacher.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
And I have some more questions related to English language. And I know the answer of the question, but I am asking this question for my viewers so that they
Okay.
may get some another strategy
Yeah.
to improve their language. Yeah. So, sir, we know that to learn any language, vocabulary is important.
Yes.
We need to have lots of vocabulary. So, what is the best way to learn vocabulary according to you?
Yeah. Here I would like to show my own book. Okay, this is about the English vocabulary. I have compiled this book. You can see my name over here. Asif Ali.
Begin this.
Yeah. This is my own book. I have compiled nearly 4,000 useful English vocabularies in this book. Yeah.
So, if anyone want to buy this, how can he or she buy this book?
No, this is not available these days because of a coronavirus pandemic, but it was available before the pandemic. So as soon as this coronavirus will be eliminated altogether, it will be available once again. Okay, So in this book, I have compiled nearly 4,000 useful English vocabularies, and they have been divided into 5 chapters. Number 1 is the verbs, second one is the adjectives, third one is the adverbs, fourth one is the phrasal verbs, and the last one is the phrases. So these are 5 chapters in this book. So what is my method of memorizing a new vocabulary is, I never mug up. Okay, I don't believe in rote learning, because suppose if you have mugged up 20 words today, you're gonna forget half of them tomorrow and rest of them after a week. So this is not a useful way to memorize any vocabulary by mugging up or by rote learning, not at all. So what I do is, I keep on writing new vocabularies, okay, in my register. And this is not the case only with English. I know 4 other languages apart from English. So when I was learning these different languages, so what I do is, I keep on writing and writing in my register these vocabularies, and automatically they are memorized, okay, in my mind. And then application is more important than memorizing and writing. So I try to apply these vocabularies in my day-to-day life, okay. So this is my method of memorizing new vocabularies.
Yes, you are right. If they don't apply this vocabulary in their day-to-day life, they may forget the word.
Yeah.
So some beginners, yes, I ask more questions for my viewers, for my subscribers, that my viewers want to know that what is the best channel or best news channel. So if they watch that kind of news channel, so that they can improve their English. So if anyone asks from me what is the best news channel, then I suggest them to watch BBC News.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to know the answer of the same question from you.
Okay. It will differ from person to person. If somebody is at a beginning level, so he must go with the Indian channels. If someone at the intermediate level or advanced level, he or she should follow international news channels like BBC, you have mentioned, a second one Al Jazeera, then CNN, etc. So I personally watch Al Jazeera channel a lot, okay, because it's not that much biased as compared to other news channels. So it's unbiased, so I like it. Yes, it's an international channel. Yeah, it's an international channel. It is it is run by the Qatar government. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are your best speaker according?
Okay.
Who are your best?
Yeah, as far as English is concerned, I like Mehdi Hassan. Mehdi Hassan is a journalist, columnist, and Al Jazeera TV presenter as well. He was born, brought up, and educated in the UK, and now he is residing in the US. He is working on behalf of Al Jazeera English channel for years and years. So he is there in the US. So I liked his way of speaking, his pronunciation and accent. That's why I like this speaker a lot.
Yeah, I like Praveen Wadalkar and Shashi Tharoor. Do you know Praveen Wadalkar?
No, but I do know Shashi Tharoor because I have watched many of videos of Shashi Tharoor as well. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have some work right now, so I would have to rush. So nice to meet you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Take care of you. We'll meet again in future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.